I know all of you are tired already, so I have to be very quick. I'm here to talk about the system in our country, in Lithuania, and actually, yes, slides, please. And actually, our system differs from other systems in Europe. And first, I will point out the main differences. After that, I will explain the main advantages of our system to our mind, to our opinion. And lastly, I will explain the procedure about our system. So, how we differ from other countries. First of all, we have the only external channel in our country, and it's General Prosecutor's Office. We had a very big debates which institution can perform functions of external channel, and it was decided that General Prosecutor's Office will be the one, and so you understand, all of you understand completely that prosecution, it's not for defending whistleblowers, but the main our function is investigating criminal cases. So, but it was decided that we have to do that function. So, inside our office, it was decided that internal investigation division of General Prosecutor's Office will be external channels. So we divided our division into two parts. One is for internal investigations for the prosecutors, and the other part, precisely 4.5 people, will deal with whistleblowing. So we have 2 prosecutors and 2.5 assistants of prosecutors. Actually, we have a law from 2019, and we have already amended it in 2022. So as an authority, as an external channel, we are operating since 2019. And being nationwide authority, we perform all 4 types of functions. You can see 4 types of functions in the sphere of whistleblowing. Actually, these functions were classified in even in your office. So yes, these are 4 types of all the possible functions in the sphere of whistleblowing. And if you see the bullets which are colorful, so that means that our office, we are performing this function. Our system differs from others, and the main point, why is it so? Because this system is very easy to understand to a whistleblower. It's very easy. It's the only external channel. Of course, we have internal channels, and they must be in all public institutions and in all private sector institutions, if private sector has more than 50 employees. So internal channels are one part, and external channel is the only one. One more thing why we differ is that any person can choose whether he wants to go internally or he wants to go externally. So it's not obligatory in our country to go first internally and then externally. And to my mind, it is good for a whistleblower because we still are building trust in internal reporting. I mean, not all internal channels are the same quality. Not all of them are designed like equally. So I think it is fair, like for now, let people choose the channel which they want to report. So our institution, we perform almost all functions, as I said. We receive all external reports. We grant the status of a whistleblower. It's only us who can grant the status. It's only those 2 prosecutors of our division. We investigate cases, or if it's not the competence of a prosecution, of course. We transfer cases to other institutions, but in these cases, we monitor the investigation. I mean, we get all the last outcome of any investigation in our office, and we give the last answer to a whistleblower. I mean, we do the follow-up on all the cases. We grant protection. We investigate all the retaliation reports. I mean, if a whistleblower is retaliated, he must go to our office. To all these 4 people, I mean, only us can investigate retaliation cases. And what we do more, we train our staff, because prosecutors are the ones who investigate criminal cases. We train other public institutions, because of course sometimes we have to transfer investigation to other public institution. We are trying to train judges, and I personally believe it is very, very important to train the judge, because in some cases, in some retaliation cases, when whistleblower is dismissed from his position, it is the judge who takes the last decision whether it is retaliation or not. Also, we train policemen, and we train like state security service and all other, all other people who can investigate reports. And as well, we do a lot of trainings to internal channels, providing them recommendations how to make internal channel working. So the advantages. What are the main advantages of having just one channel? Of course, you understand completely that we don't have a lot of people. It's just 4 of us, and we have really a lot of work, and we wish to have more people, but probably, well, it's up to our politicians to decide. So first advantage is simplicity and consistency. As I told you, for a whistleblower, it's very easy to know where he can turn. I mean, if he doesn't want to go to internal channel, he has the last stop, the only one option, General Prosecutor's Office. So we can have consistent practice. I mean, if not all internal channels are made up at the same level, so all people who comes to our office, they can they have the same, the same attitude from us, have the same procedures for everyone. Also, this system allows for more efficient investigations. I will talk about investigations lately more. And we can have, based on investigations, we can see what are, the problems, so we can tailor trainings according to the problems. Also, it is easier for us, I think, to ensure confidentiality, having just one external channel. Consolidated resources as well. It's completely understandable. Also, building trust among employees and among whistleblowers. As Mr. Tom Devine said, it is very good. Then we have free flow of truth flowing into the right hand. So being an authority which actually prosecution has a very high level of trust in our country. So that's why we can build credibility among employees, among whistleblowers, I'm sorry. And we have as well a hotline. So in practice, before getting a report, we usually get a phone call to our hotline, And sometimes it's more than one phone call. Sometimes it's 3 and 4 from the same person. And during phone calls, we are building credibility. They're asking a lot of questions, simple questions, but they are simple to us, not to a whistleblower. So it also helps being just one institution. And easier oversight as well, because it is quite easy for us to have all information in one hand, because, as I told before, all outcomes from investigations, wherever they are performed, wherever they are performed, all outcomes come to our office. So it is very easy for us actually to provide statistics for European Commission on how many reports we have and what are the results of the reports. Now about the procedure. So as I told you before, all reports, external reports, comes to our Department of Internal Investigations. And in our department, within 10 working days, we are making 2 very important decisions. First decision of whether to grant a whistleblower status or not. And the other decision is we have to determine which institution will do the investigation. If those 2 decisions are taken, when they are taken, a decision is immediately sent to a whistleblower, only to a whistleblower, because there is no way that we can send that decision to employer. And as well, in that same decision, it is written which institution will examine the report. So if it is criminal case, if it can be criminal case, all these reports remain in our office, in General Prosecutor's office, not in our division. We are transferring it to other prosecution divisions according to its competence. And of course, together, we transfer the decision on grant a status to a whistleblower. So the identity of a whistleblower is revealed to a prosecutor. If we think that there is some other institution who has to examine the report, investigate the report, so we transfer also the report together with the identity of a whistleblower to other institution. And after completing investigations, it doesn't matter if in prosecution or in any other institution, results come to our office, and we inform the whistleblower about the results in 2 working days. One important thing about transferring the reports to other institutions. It's always very stressful. Actually, now after 5 years, it's okay. We are not stressing anymore. But in the beginning, when we had to transfer a report to the Ministry of Environment, for example, we were calling the head of the ministry, the minister, telling him that you would receive a report to your email, to your personal email. Do not register the report in the main system. Do not upload the report. It is a whistleblower report. We were talking every day to all the heads of institutions. Thanks God, they are like 20, 25, not more. And after like 2 years, everyone knows what to do. But still, if something happens, they usually call us and they just double check if they can do that or not. Because they are afraid of possible administrative sanctions. When we transfer the report to any other institution, we also issue the decision that the head of the institution must safeguard the confidentiality of a whistleblower, and not only name and surname, but also the content. He cannot reveal the content, so anyone could know who is a whistleblower. So, and if they do that, the head of institution can be punished, well, under the Administrative Procedures Code. There is a fine of 2,000 euros. And actually, it's not about the amount of the fine, but it's about, you know, how you look like in our eyes. Yes. So it was very important that we have secure transfer channels. And this is the way where we use internal channels. We are transferring reports using internal channels. So using, I mean, specially dedicated emails for internal channels, for whistleblowing. And by doing that, we do like two things. First, we check if the institution has internal channel, if it is working, if they have a person who is checking email, because sometimes, you know, they just have email and they don't have persons who checks the email. So, and we securely transferring the report, because if the report comes to internal channel, it doesn't matter if a whistleblower submits the report or if we transfer the report, but they must have special protocols, special registers, special, I mean, confidentiality measures to safeguard confidentiality. So we use those channels to communicate with other institutions. And we have communication protocols. Well, it's very smartly written, but actually every institution knows that they can call us and they can ask us anything about how to behave with reports. A bit of statistics. We don't have a lot of reports, but the reports are pretty good. In 2022, we had 33 reports, and only 3 of them were not investigated. I mean, the amount of investigated reports are very, very high. Actually, personally, I believe that it's not about the quantity, but it is about the quality. It should be about the quality of the reports. Yes, now I have to talk about procedure. Okay, I love this slide because it will be my last slide. It is how do we measure success of whistleblowing? So you can see numbers. It's potential damage found in pretrial investigations, calculated in pretrial investigations. So it's only about criminal cases. It's from 2019 to 2023 April. As you can see, well, we had over 47 million in unpaid taxes, over 48 million in public health, environment health, and damage of nature. Civil suits, 2.4 million euros. Not all the cases are examined in the courts because, unfortunately, court procedures takes too long. Personally, I believe in that. So, but well, we are waiting for the final court decisions, and we want to see which damage will be, you know, how many euros will be paid to state budget. Talking about procedures, I explained how we do if we transfer reports to other public institutions, but now I will talk a bit about how we do criminal cases. We believe that it is essential to protect whistleblower in criminal case because, while in some countries it is, we have a law that everything is protected until criminal case is started. But we believe that criminal case is the most scary thing in which whistleblower can get into. So we have a procedure in our office. It is in the form of recommendations, but they are obligeable to prosecutors. That if we have a report from whistleblower in our division, and we think that it might be a criminal case, we transfer the report, as I told you before, to a prosecutor. Then a prosecutor, he knows the identity, he knows name, surname, and etc. of a whistleblower. He must write a report on his name without mentioning that there is a whistleblower. I mean, he doesn't mention name, surname, any circumstances that could point to a whistleblower. So there is no information about the fact of whistleblowing, because we believe that if you could hide the fact of whistleblowing, nobody will look for a whistleblower because they won't think it is a whistleblower in the case. And this report of a prosecutor, it is uploaded to our online system because criminal cases are just, we don't have paper cases, it's just online. And no institution, maybe it will be investigated by a special investigation service, by the monitoring of our prosecutor. So only our prosecutor knows information about a whistleblower. No one else knows that. And in practice, we have a lot of cases in the courts where even a judge, he doesn't know that but the beginning of the case was a report of a whistleblower. And if everything goes, smoothly, we just hide the whistleblower. And the prosecutors, of course, they have a lot of questions, and it is a matter of tactic how you will do the criminal case. So it's not easy, and each situation is different, and sometimes we have to question the whistleblower, get more information, and sometimes whistleblower goes before the court and before the judge, but the whistleblower knows that he is hidden in the procedure. No one knows that he is a whistleblower. So it takes courage, of course, but we are very happy about these cases, which goes very smoothly and without revealing that fact. So I think, yes, time's up. That's it from my side. Thank you very much for your attention.